This is Coffee Talk with Sarah Bresci, and I have finished my first coffee of the day. That's the one that has the little sun on it because it's really sunny outside. And that other drawing is something I'm proud of. This morning, I figured out which thing was causing the stinky smell in my kitchen. So that every time I opened the refrigerator door, I went, why does it smell so bad? And it was broccoli that was sitting inside this thing. So I took the broccoli out along with the garbage this morning, and it was much, much better. But whoo, those few pieces of broccoli in there can sure make a smelly situation. So today, super important, yikes! It is just 1 month until summertime, pretty much. I mean, you guys, it's going to go really fast. So think of it as like you have 1 month left here to make a plan for your summer. So you want to have your vacation time. You want to have some academics for sure. This is not the time to lay off of academics. You have about 12 weeks. That's going to get you through either a semester or a year-long course of some kind. And that's for all the grades it's encouraged. So I'm going to tell you grade by grade as you're entering them. So that's what the arrows are. Like I'm entering kindergarten down here. You see that? I'm entering kindergarten here. What should I be doing? I'm going to make a little note for each person, each level that we're going through. Entering first grade, entering second grade. What are we supposed to be doing, right? Most parents are asking that question, I hope, of what should I be doing over the summer in order to prepare for the following school year. It's a lot of time. I want to say that again, emphasize the fact that you really do need to be doing academics over the summer. And especially those of you who have been in upper grades, so I guess that would be anyone in second grade and beyond, you had some year in there that was a pandemic year, so you absolutely need this summertime in order to get to some of those skills and standards that you didn't get to. So let's jump right in and talk about what they are. So the first one, going into kindergarten, the point of it, as I would see it, and remember, I graduated from UC Berkeley. I was a math teacher. I have seen school since I was little because my mom was a teacher. Her dad was a teacher. This is coming from a place of knowledge and experience and training. So look at this guy. I'm credentialed. Like, I want you to believe what I'm saying here and hopefully follow my advice because I think it will make everyone much, much happier, especially the kids. And that's really what it's all about, the children, right? Like, it really is, though. I love having kids be happy at school and successful. And that is really important. I think just making sure that as many people as possible have a great school experience, that's a big deal to me. So your child, let's say they're going into kindergarten. What do you need to do this summer? You should be reading. You should have books everywhere. I'm going to say pretty much the same thing for kindergarten and first grade. So I'm going to draw a line right here. You want to have books everywhere. Put them in your bathroom. Put them on the kitchen table. Put them in the kitchen. Put them on the floor. Put them anywhere your child can see them, reach them, access them. Put them outside in a bin so that when you're, out in the garden or something, your child can pick up a book and be looking at it. They don't even have to read. They just can look at the book and, see those pictures and turn those pages. So books everywhere. You want to just encourage a full love of school. That is really such a big deal for kindergartners. And for first graders, they're going to start some writing. So you want to have some paper and pencil around. You probably want to do Art for Kids Hub. Art for Kids Hub. That just is a fun way to have students who follow directions. So first graders, and kindergartners, you want them to be able to follow directions and in a fun way make that happen and play well. So Art for Kids is great for following directions and getting some of those hand movements that they're going to need for writing their name, writing short sentences, drawing the pictures to go with their stories. So storytelling is going to be a big part of that. And then for math, so that's sort of our English side of things, and art will cover both English and math, so make sure you're really thinking of art as doing double duty. Remember, I'm not like your standard teacher who just like, I'm looking at the whole kid, and I love both things, and I've been very successful at both English and math. So I know that art is not usually something that people push at school, but I will. That is doing double duty. If you have your child working to follow artwork directions, then you're actually doing some mathematical things, like we need to draw lines, draw shapes. You're needing to have stories. That is part of math, is having a lot of stories in you. And a lot of experiences. So just go out, do a lot of things, play a ton of games. Oh my gosh. So math, first of all. And I don't mean pointless games. I mean math games, like go out there, go to the Learning Center in Walnut Creek and buy yourself some math games, or ask on your Buy Nothing group who has games, because we have so many of them, so many. You don't need to buy games, but like look at the names at Learning Center and get those games for math from somebody who's your neighbor or something, you know. So games, and this is the point where you really want to be like actively learning, playing those games with other people. Things are really in your physical world here. So think of it that way. And then for what you want to get for your math as well is talk about numbers in a let's see, sort of a strange, unique way I have, which is they have personalities. So you can go to my website right here, saraheducator.com, and pull up the video where the numbers have personalities and I describe them. So the number 1 is like grumpy and has just eaten an apple but is really starving all the time, but the apple's stuck in his belly. You want to know personalities, so number personalities, and you want to also have, what's the other piece of numbers? Oh, the dot math. So look up, I'm going to put for you guys dot math and number personalities. So make sure, I have 2 videos, and you just get those videos, buy those videos, use them for a week, and you'll see what they are. That you get them for 7 days, watch them over and over, watch it with your child, and if you find that appropriate. Otherwise, just watch it yourself and do it with your child. But numbers should have personalities. Numbers should have visible dots on them, and if you have that, it is going to be so much easier to love math and access the skills and be able to learn from the teacher. So number personalities, dot math, do those things. At this point, you're really doing a lot of experience, a lot of books, a lot of playing together. Once you're going into second, so if your child is going into second grade next year, this is the time to start a program. So you want to find your chosen curriculum. And for me, that is IXL.com. IXL.com. It's extremely well vetted. It's like a giant textbook that goes from preschool all the way through 12th grade. For math, it goes through from preschool all the way through calculus. And for English language arts, it goes from preschool through 12th grade English language arts. Those are the skills that you need. There are so many of them. There are approximately like 300 to 400, 450 even, like skills per grade level for each subject. They also have science, they have Spanish, and if you have the time and you have the desire, I encourage those as well. But this is the time to start both ELA and math. So at least one skill every day, one from ELA and one from math. So these are still, number 2, or going into second grade here, books are still everywhere. You can still do art for kids. You still want to do games, but you're adding on and you're emphasizing or focusing on, this is your main focus, making sure that that program or curriculum gets done every day. For us, that meant doing it at breakfast, and what we didn't finish at breakfast, we would then finish for like later in the day. I'm sorry to say this, but you also need to get through this for second grade. If you're going into second grade, let's see. If you're going into second, you could wait and do it the next year. I'm going to say, let's see. No, nowadays it's really a good idea. Let's say going into second, you want to do extramath.org. This is like ambitious, but if you're feeling it, extramath.org, and you want to do the addition part of it to 100. And that's going to introduce me into third grade, because third grade, if you're going into third grade, you want to do the extramath.org, and you want to do it multiplication to 100. Now, you just want to start it. That's all. You don't have to finish it to 100 at this point. You want to start it, and that's your goal, is to get to 100, if that's a tough one for you. You need to have it done to 100. If you're going into second grade, by entering third grade, this should be done, addition to 100. If you are going into third grade this year, you're starting your extra math, multiplication to 100. You're starting that. You should already be done with addition to 100. So if you aren't, make sure you do that first. Then if you're going into third grade this upcoming year in the fall, then you would be starting on extra math, multiplication to 100, and you need to have it to 100 by the time you're going into fourth grade. I hope that makes sense. Okay? Ask questions in the comments down below, or send me a message at saraheducator.com. But those are the expectations if you're going to stay on track for school. So many students are not able to meet that expectation. So I'm going to put an exclamation point right there. You do need to go and check that out. And I encourage you to try these yourself. They're free, by the way. This extramath.org is a free program and a free curriculum. It's it's just really a testing of something, but you learn as you're doing it. So I think this is the best thing that I have found for making sure that students have the prerequisite skills, or have the skills that they need. There's no way to fake it. You've got it. If you get to 100, you've done it. If you get to 100 in the addition, and then if you get to the 100 in multiplication, you've done it. Try it as a parent. It's not, it's fast. It's 3 seconds or less for the addition and the multiplication, each problem. Okay, so that's going into second grade. Going into third grade, we just talked about it, same thing. Going into fourth grade, same thing. All of this, you're doing your grammar, you're getting your math, and you're going through. Now, third grade is also, you're going to be making a ton of multiplication tables, just drawing them, enjoying them, loving them. They're so pretty. Make them like different colors, notice patterns every day. So third grade, you've got your ELA, you've got your math. You can be doing these multiplication tables. Just Google multiplication tables and get out your bright colored pens and colored pencils and go crazy with pattern noticing. That will help you a lot. Going into fourth grade, so going into third is your major math year. Whoopsie, why did I do that? There we go. The M goes up there. And in going into fourth is your major reading year. So we're going to put ELA in here. Well, no, I'll put ELA out here. All right. But you're going all the way through, and you're good. And you're just trying to stay on the skill level. Okay. Now, what happened to my fifth? Where did I never put anything? Okay, say you're going into fifth, you're going up here, okay? Going into fifth grade. If you're going into fifth grade, same thing. Keep up to level math and English language arts. You need to be doing your skills one a day. And I'm going to say right here, once we're at this point, we're going into middle school now, so that's going to be different. If you're going into elementary in the fall, your program and your curriculum is necessary. You set your goals for what you need. You're like, oh, I need to get to addition to 100 on extra math. She says that's important. I need to get to multiplication to 100. Set your goals. That's why fifth grade is down there. Okay, hold on. So you need to set really clear goals for what you want to be able to do by the end of summer. That's the goals part, is what are you going to be able to do? What will you achieve? You'll get to 100, great. You'll finish every odd in your program that you have, your online platform of IXL.com, great. Okay, so that's setting the goals, is what will you achieve? You're going to need a mentor or a tutor, and I recommend that from this point, I will say. And this is what I do. I love it. So Where do I come in? Right here. You're going into third grade, give me a call. I love to mentor and tutor students going into third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. This is my zone, people. So you can be the mentor if you love doing math, if you love doing grammar, spelling, punctuation. I love it, but I know that not everybody does. So this is the point right here where I personally would hire someone if I'm not an expert in that subject. So for me, that would be like history. If history were this thing, I'm not a big fan. I know I should love it. And there are parts that I do love, but the way that it's kind of done in public schools isn't my deal. So I did what I needed to do, and I learned history in my own way outside of school. And so that is my take on that one. So if I needed somebody who was going to teach my kids in school how to be experts at history, I would most definitely be like putting that out to a mentor or a tutor who loves the way that that's done at school. But this, for me, I absolutely love math, and I find it useful the way it's taught at school. I like English too. I find it pretty useful. It doesn't exactly line up with what I do as my more professional work for my writing, but it is there. So anyway, that's going into third. You need a mentor. So find your mentor going into fourth, going into fifth. So somebody who's going to work with you. What I do is I have a Google Classroom. So you're already going to have the program and curriculum all set up for you. I'm going to have the program done. I'm going to set the goals for your child and say exactly what they need to do in order to have that success the next year. What would they be able to do? What would they be able to, how would they perform? And that would, what is the way that we want them to do those things? Where do we want them to reach? I would support them and give them the help of the mentor and tutor, and I set up a practice schedule. So all these things are done if you hire out to somebody to do it who's a mentor or tutor. And what do? I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I assign them one skill each of those days. And they choose either math or ELA, or some kids do a mix of them. It's on their level, and we meet one day a week. You choose the day. It'll be like a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday usually. You can choose to meet one-to-one. You can choose to meet in your group, or you can choose to meet with our group. So we have times that are preset, and you can just choose one online. And remember, it's at saraheducator.com. You'll see summer is on there. And you just hit recurring if you want. And don't worry about the weeks that you are not here. You can skip them, or you can just not purchase them. And if something comes up, you decide to go on vacation on a different time, you can skip them, or you can meet from wherever you are because you have internet access. So, but you can join our group, or you can join with your group, or you can join one-to-one. So all those things. Look online. Yeah, there's a couple weeks that I'm not here because we'll be on vacation, but we're going to continue the classrooms through that time. So you will have a good summer of not too crazy. We keep it pretty mellow with just one skill a day and meeting once a week for any questions. And to see my top tips and tricks and set more goals, really know what we're working toward, understand, finish the practice. If somebody is like, I couldn't do it, or I didn't want to do it, we can finish the practice off sometimes in our groups, or one-to-one if that's best for you. So there we have it. That's going through the fifth grade. Now, you're going into sixth grade, say. So fifth and sixth, if you're in La Marinda, fifth is your performance year if you're going into OIS. That means, and sixth is your performance year if you're going into Stanley. JM, I'm not sure. So ask somebody from JM. But OIS is you're performing so that you can go to the advanced path, okay? Your path is going to matter that year. So really key year for those going to OIS is as you're entering fifth, to have previewed the year before. As you're entering sixth, at Stanley, you want to have previewed sixth grade material. This is your performance year, and they're going to put you on a path after that in seventh and beyond. And for OIS, they're going to put you on the advanced path or not in sixth and beyond. This is very important. You need to know that, and spread the word. So seventh, you're going into seventh grade, you need to preview again. So preview 7th grade math, preview grammar, spelling, punctuation, and it would be really nice if you're previewing by writing some essays in these years. So these would be a great time to start writing some essays, even in 3rd, 4th also do some essays. So you're previewing math, you're previewing ELA through your program, your curriculum, and you're setting your goals, you've got a mentor still, and you're practicing on a daily schedule. If you're going into 8th grade, you may be now going into Algebra 1, so you need to preview Algebra 1, okay? You may also want to start UC Scout at this point. This is something that's really helpful. Check it out online. I will facilitate it for you. If you look on UC Scout and you find a class that you like, I can facilitate the UC Scout for you. So grab a group or just yourself and choose a math course that you want to be able to actually get credit for, possibly too. So just look at it, see if it might be something that works for you, but it is a fantastic thing to get started, and this is your first year that you should be doing that or can really take advantage of that. I'm going to put that as like green light go. So green light go. If you're going into 8th grade and beyond, UC Scout, check it out. It's awesome. And choose a course, call me, let's do it. And then 9th, same thing. 10th, same thing. 11th, same thing. 12th. And you're going to be doing UC Scout probably for summer times here. And I'm not sure. You could pick your curriculum like this and just keep going with that. But if you want the potential, like there's a possibility of earning credit for high school and for college, of getting to the APs and getting a lot of them by doing that UC Scout. So check that out. Let's see. So that would be 9th. And you're going into 10th. You want to also, so if you're not really interested in advancing like that through UC Scout and doing work like that during the summer, and you want it a little more mellow, you're probably going to be doing the standard path. And so you should preview Algebra 1. That is so key. Algebra 1 previewing will make your child so much happier for all of their high school math time. Previewing geometry, or whatever your next class is, but it would usually be geometry if you're on that standard path. Previewing that for 10th grade will make your child so much happier. If your child did not get an A in Algebra 1, here's how it works. If they got a B in Algebra 1, they should preview geometry. If they got a C in Algebra 1, or they're looking like they're getting a C or a D or something in Algebra 1, they should review Algebra 1 with us. So that's how we do it over the summertime. 10th grade, you're previewing geometry if you're entering 10th grade. If you're entering 11th grade, you should be starting on SAT practice through this program and curriculum, which, again, IXL.com has, and I mentor and tutor that. So we set goals for the SAT that are usually individual. I haven't yet seen somebody come up with a group where the students are at the same pace, but it is possible. So you could talk to other parents and see if you want to have your group, but typically the SAT prep is 1-to-1, and my recommendation is 8 weeks is approximately the time that I would say that you want to meet weekly. So you get the same thing, one skill that is going to be in their toolkit when they go into the SAT that otherwise would not have been. And then you're also meeting once a week with me to make sure that if there are any skills you don't understand or ones where you could do it at a higher, faster level, I'm going to identify those with you, and we're going to increase that score is our goal, right? That's what we're aiming for. So you're previewing. If you're going into 11th grade and if you're going into 12th grade, same thing. Preview that SAT with me. And then that's it. So, yikes. It's 1 month to summer. Look at how much information this is. I hope that you took your piece of it. My piece is that we are going into 8th grade. So right here, what is my happy place? Right here, 8th grade. We're going into 8th grade algebra. We're probably looking at UC Scout. You guys need to look at whatever grade you're at. and really highlight it here and think about, what did she say that we need to do? What is the program or curriculum, if any, that I need to do? What will our goals be? Who is going to be the mentor or the tutor? And I'll say, me, I want to do it. I so want to do it because I love it. And so contact me and let's get going. And practice and schedule. You're going to need it every day. Something just consistent so that you're doing a Monday through Friday kind of situation. You have the skills, you're building them day by day during the summer. And you can even say, hey, I'm going to skip this day. I mean, we probably will do this too, where we're like, I don't want to work on Mondays. And you can just do the second skill on Tuesdays. So everything just comes due on Saturday. So over here is where everything is due. So you can just, if you have like extra swim on a certain day and you just need to double up another day, it's just that idea that you're doing the consistent practice and you're getting through the skills. And each one of these you get to 100 as well. My program always has full mastery of each skill and going on from there. So let me know if you have any questions. Please like, subscribe, and post any questions for me down below. Also, and go to my website. You'll see more videos that you can purchase, and they have very, just the tips and the tricks that you're going to be like, whoa, this is how people look at math. And so those are so useful, especially for the kindergartners, the first graders, the second graders, because they aren't starting yet with a mentor and the program necessarily. They're really learning from you. So it's important that moms take a look at that. Dads, take a look at it and see what are the things. Go look at Art for Kids. Go to the library with your kids. Every day is great, and just bring books back and return some, get some more, return some, get some more. Play games in person with them. I'm not talking about online games. I'm talking about physical games with the kindergartners, first graders, second graders. Do dot math. Buy that video, watch it. Buy the video on number personalities that I have. Watch it yourself, as you're having your coffee in the morning, or you are going right before you go to bed at night, and take a look at those and think, whoa, that's weird, right? And show that method to your kids, and then they will be even more prepared for what comes to them at school. And then by the time that they're going into third grade, those are those kids that I'm like, please come to me. I love to help, especially third is such a math heavy year. That is such a key year for being successful in math from that point on. Another key year is fourth grade, and that's the English language arts, because you're not just learning to read, you're reading to learn information. You actually need to extract information from a story or from an informational essay, from the nonfiction writing. So those are really key things. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Please please subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. This was a long one, and it was just full. Summer is coming. Enjoy it, and I'll talk to you soon.